Hello. Welcome back. I hope I got some new ones. I haven't really been paying much attention to it. Today I'm going to talk about preparing to go to the Philippines and what you should take with you, what you should do prior, and maybe your planes and all that. Um, First of all, the first thing you should do, of course, is book your flights. Um, Booking your flights. For me, I found that going through looking yourself is fine, and you might be able to find it cheaper. But I found going through like a AAA or like some kind of travel agent makes it a little easier. Because what happens is with booking flights is one thing is sometimes the flight can be like 50, 60, even up to 80 hours to get there. Um, and for some reason I had a hard time. You can kind of find them for lower hours. They try to find a flight around 30 hours to get there, 30 hours to get back, 25 to 30. Um, the and I tried. Okay, a couple of things. You don't want too long a delay in between flights or a layover, like 8-9 hours. Of course, who wants to be stuck in an airport for 8 or 9 hours? Then you don't want to leave these international airports because then you got to go through everything and come back on and in. But 2 hours is a little dangerous, which I did the last time. Reason it's a little dangerous, I think, is because like last time my flight was delayed an hour. So when my flight landed last time, I had exactly 40 minutes to get off my flight and on my next plane. And I had to run clear across the airport. And luckily my bags kept going. I didn't have to, the one time I went, I had to take off my bags, keep rechecking it. This time my bags went straight through until I got to the other country and I had to pick it up. So yes, I'd make sure that there's probably at least 2.5 hours to 3 hours. 3 hours is like perfect in between. And I try to make sure as little stops as possible. I don't want to be stopping 5 times or something. Usually I can get a flight where there's 2 stops. The airports, I don't like going through Manila. I'm sure that any person that's been there will tell you that probably. Manila airport, it sucks. When I going through Manila, they check in like 3 different times, and then they bus you to the smaller airport to go, and it sucks. And it's a big thing. Last time I went through Taipei, Taiwan, and it went smooth. It's a very clean airport there. In these airports, most people speak English. That was a worry of mine before I ever flown to other countries. I wouldn't be able to find the flights, and I wouldn't speak English, but that's no worries. Not only does most people that work in the airport speak English, but there's signs in English all over the place. So that is not a concern at all. But still, when you get off, the flights, like I said, if it's a delay at all and you only have 2 hours, and all of a sudden you might miss your next flight. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be stuck in like Taiwan or any other country, not knowing when we'll be flying out again, not having a hotel booked. So anyway, that's how I handle that. So I usually use an agent to do that, and then and they'll work with you. Then book a hotel. And here's where it comes in the thing. Do not use an agent to book a hotel. I have done that before, and the problem with that is if there's any changes to your hotel booking, you have to go through the agent to get it changed. You can't just call the hotel and get it changed. And then these agents today, there's a problem with the agents today that they don't answer their phones. They take a week to return your calls. It's very hard to get over these agents. So book the hotel for yourself and just get a reputable hotel. Even if it's just for if you're going for 15 days like I do, just make sure like your first 2 days are already booked. Then you can find a hotel, and I do a reputable one. I stay at a very nice hotel. It actually was about $100 a night, a little less, and that's pretty high for the Philippines, but it is really nice, well worth it. Hotel like that in the United States cost me $300, $400, $500 a night. But you can get a really nice hotel for about $40 to $50 a night. I mean, I know like you'll find online and stuff, you'll see these cheap hotels for like $20, $10 a night, and I've stayed in them. Um, Unless you want to rough it, don't do that, because a lot of these hotels, they won't have cold water. They might not have air conditioning. You might not have a shower. You might just have a freaking bucket with a big spoon in it to dump it on you for your shower. You might have a little 15-inch TV with 3 channels, all local, no English. In these hotels, no eating. No place to eat. Might be a little dirty. So I would say definitely, without a doubt, book a nice hotel at least your first couple of days, and then after that, then you can look around. Maybe you'll find something better. But first couple of days, I definitely book a nice hotel. And like I said, I do what I book with one. Like I said, I book the nice hotel all the time, because I know a really nice hotel there is going to cost me $100. That would be $300-400 here. And try to find a hotel in the United States that's decent for $100 a night, after taxes too, by the way. It's hard to do. And then if you book a really nice hotel too, you get a lot of help from the hotel personnel. A lot of help. Plus, you might have a really nice restaurant, which the one I stay at does. Might have a really nice restaurant in it, where it's really good food. So if you are in a hotel and you don't feel like going out, you can just go down to your restaurant, eat good food. Location, another thing. The good thing about Cebu, a lot of malls. The malls aren't like, I'll go over the malls later, but they're not like the United States malls. Really nice malls, all the food, restaurants you can imagine are in. They're not just fast food, but good food. Nice restaurants. And also grocery stores are in the malls there. So if you want to get the groceries, go back to your hotel, you can do that. So definitely do not cheap out in the hotel. Another thing is, before you go to your bank. This was a mistake I made before. Go to your bank, tell them where you're going to be, all the countries, how long you'll be going, so they don't close your account thinking some scammer's got your card floating around other countries. Definitely go to your bank and do that. While you're at your bank, take out some money. In these other countries, all of them, they take your American debit card if it's Master or Visa card. They take them, no problem. But there'll be a lot of little stores and little shops and little things like that do not take them. The cabs won't take them. Any trike drivers won't take them. So like your transportation, they're not going to take them, and you need transportation. And a lot of touristy things won't take them. Some of the small restaurants you go in won't take your cards. Plus, when you use your card, it's going to cost you a lot more money. When you use your card in other countries, there's fees for it being international. So take money. For me, when I go 2 weeks, I take $2,000 usually in cash. That's a lot. I usually come home with like half of that. To be honest with you, I usually spend about $1,000 while I'm there for 2 weeks, and that's me being extravagant. So definitely take some money. Now, when you get the money out of the bank, just get hundreds. And one reason I say that is this. They're easier to carry than hundreds. Your wallet won't be puffy. Another thing is, it is when you go and exchange your money, they'll give you a better rate for $100 bills. They want the bigger bills, so they'll give you a much better rate for that. Almost everywhere I went, they give you a better rate for hundreds. First times I went, I didn't do that. I got smaller bills, thinking they might not be able to cash you hundreds. I worried I will get over there and I won't cash them. No, the opposite, actually. So definitely take hundreds. Another thing is this. Make sure your bills, when you get them from the bank, no rips, not at all. Not even a tiny, tiny rip. Make sure there's no tears in the bills. Make sure there's no marks on the bills that you can't get off. They will not take any bills that are ripped at all. And then when you get your bills, be careful. Like, do not crunch them up or anything. Just keep them in your wallets good. That's not going to get them. They might get a bend in it, but they'll take that. But they don't want a wrinkled up bill. They don't want any tears. Even last time I went, I got a bill. There's a tiny, tiny tear. I didn't even know it was in there. So make sure your bills are crisp and new. And make sure they're not markings on them. Like if somebody wrote a marker on it and you can't get it off, permanent marker, they won't take that. So definitely do that. So there, we got it covered. Get your flights, of course. Oh, with the flights, I'm tall. I'm about 6 foot, about 205 pounds. So I always get the outside aisle. Because, like anybody that's 6 foot, over 200 pounds, they know if you're in the middle or whatever, you're gonna like, it's hard, very hard on you. But being the outside aisle, it's hard to sleep. You get like a 14-hour flight when you leave the United States. That's how long it takes, about between 12 and 14 hours, I guess, from when you leave LA, because I usually go through LA, to go. You have like a 12 or 14-hour flight. So you think, oh, I'll be able to sleep. What else is there to do? But this is the thing. When you're in the outside aisle, they serve like food every 3 or 4 hours, if you want to call it food. It's pretty bad. They serve you food every 3 or 4 hours. And so they walk by in the carts. You're outside. They bump you and all that. Plus people are getting up constantly, going to the bathroom. Probably just a stretch, because that's what I do. I won't have to go, but I'll still walk to the bathroom because 14 hours is a long time to sit down. And when they're walking by, the aisles are thin, so they bump you constantly. Very hard to sleep on the flights. Don't expect to get more than like an hour or two sleep at a time. You get a little tiny cat naps, that's it. No matter how tired you are. So think about your seat. Best to book a seat as close to the front of getting off the plane as possible, because you can, when you land, it can be, you can be on that plane 20 minutes after you land if you're in the back or trying to get off. So if you can book ahead, in the front, and of course they charge more once you get so far up. And I always go economy. I figure if I go economy instead of business, I can go to the Philippines 2, maybe 3 times for that same amount. So even though I can actually afford to go to business, I don't, because it's less flights. I figure I'm only flying, I'm only riding there. I'm not on the plane to try and enjoy myself. I'm on the plane as a means to get there. So therefore, usually I'm towards the back of the plane, let's be honest. But like I said, if you can get towards the front, do that. Like if you're looking and you're booking it yourself and you see, oh, there's a seat 4 or 5 up, take that one, no matter where it's at. Snacks. I would definitely take snacks with you, because airport food, let me put it this way. When I came back last time, I got to LA, I was starving. 14 hours, crappy food on the plane, I was starving. So I thought I'd get a burger in LA. I got a burger, home fries, and a Coke. $30. Not even counting tax. $30. So and I was coming from the Philippines that time, but usually I take a little snack so I don't have to spend $30 at the airport. And I'll take a little snack too, because sometimes you won't have enough time to even go get something to eat. You have like an hour or half an hour or whatever, so you don't want to run around the whole airport with your luggage and stuff. So you want to, so I take a snack and I'll eat the snack when I'm doing it. Take a phone booster, to charge your phone. Especially for iPhones. For some reason I have an iPhone, and a lot of planes still, you can charge them on the plane, but a lot have the old style, not the iPhone charger thing. So it's hard. At the airports, usually they have somewhere to charge it, like a port or something where you can charge it, or maybe it's on your chair, you can plug it in while you're in the airport lobby. But sometimes, like I said, you rush in the airports, you don't have time to do that. By the time you get settled, figure out where you're going, you might got 5 minutes to plug your phone in. So take one of the boosters in case. You can take them on the plane. You have to do it in your carry-on. And a lot of times when you get off, like when you go through the airport, you'll have to get it out of your carry-on and put it with your phone so they can see it. So you don't have to look through your carry-on and see where it is. So, like I said, a booster too. I should have wrote all this down. Take a phone booster to charge your phone. Another thing is, so we got snacks, we got the booster, we got cover the seats, cover the flight, cover the watching how long your flight is to get there, so you don't have too long delays, but you don't want too short of delays. The money, how to handle your money, but take debit cards over there, so there's no worry about that. But the taxi cab drivers and stuff will not take debit cards, so you do need some cash. You can, at the airport, you can exchange your cash. It's probably a lower rate to do that, but you should exchange some as soon as you get to the airport, because as tired as you're going to be, because you're going to need that cab, when you leave the airport to get to your hotel. So you got to have cash, because like I said, they're not going to take cards, they're not going to take American money. So as soon as you get to the airport, there's exchange in the airport, whether it's in Cebu or Manila, all the airports. they will have a money exchange to take your American or Canadian or wherever you want from their money. They'll be exchanged with that. No rip money, no written on money. Take hundreds. Like I said, the amount, I mean, like I said, I take $2,000. I just take that for emergencies. What I do is, why I take $2,000 is because my hotel is usually close to $1,000 for the 2 weeks. So it's actually a little cheaper on it. I said $100 a night. Usually I stay about 14 days, and it's about $1,000. So this probably comes to about doing about $70 a night after taxes. So that's a pretty good rate. For America, that had to be 4 times that much probably. So anyway, yeah. So you'll need that. I think that about covers everything you need to go. Clothing. Like I said, I'm 6 foot, 205 pounds. As a fry, 205. You know, there could be 210 now, 208 or 203. But as a fry, 205 pounds. When you get over there, the clothes are cheap. They're a lot cheaper they are in America. The problem is, finding clothes that fits a guy at 6 foot, 200 pounds, forget about it. It's not going to happen. You know, it's going to be tight. It might even say like I wear an extra large shirt. It might say extra large, but you put it on, it doesn't feel like an extra large. It feels like somewhere in between the medium and the large. Tight. Shoes. Okay. I wear 13 shoes. Okay. I went looking for comfortable shoes when I got there because I wanted to go out to a nice dinner, and all they had on it was like sneakers and slides. Guess what? The biggest size they have in the Philippines for shoes or sneakers or any of that is an 11. They do not have a 13. They do not have a 12. They said, we can get you a 13, but it'll take 2 weeks to get there. I think they said 2 weeks. It might have been a week. But it doesn't matter. It wasn't going to be there overnight or anything. They had to have it shipped in. So the 11 is the highest size they go to. So take take clothes with you. Don't think that when you get there, you're going to get cheaper clothes. That's what I did. Thought, well, I'll get there, I'll buy cheaper clothes, because everywhere I heard, oh, clothes are cheap. They are. They're a lot cheaper. But like I said, they're not going to have your size if you're over 6 foot. Now, if you're 5'7", 5'8", yeah, then you're small. You can get your clothes. If your size is bigger than you think you wear, because like I said, the sizes are bigger over there. Or size an extra large here is not an extra large there. A large there is not a large here. Very, very different. So definitely do that. And like I said, the clothes are a lot cheaper. So if you are, if you are like smaller than 6 foot, 200 pounds, you'd have to be a lot smaller. Like I'd say 5'8" below, and like maybe 150 pounds. You'll do great. That's probably how most of those are. The Philippine people, that's how most of the guys are, like 5'7", 5'8", maybe a little smaller, and then probably 150 pounds. So we covered that, covered clothes and bags. Okay, I think that's it. I think if you do all those things, it would definitely help you. Hopefully I ease your minds a little bit about the money, because like I said, I was panicked over the money going there. Like, is my debit card going to break? What if I get over there and I can't do anything? What if I can't, what if I can't get back? Like I said, and I take too much money for sure, because like I said, I want to be able to cover my hotel. For some reason, my debit card gets declined. I want to be able to get back if I have to get back, even though I have a flight coming back. That's another thing. To go to the Philippines, you need a flight going there and a flight going back, or they won't let you in. So, so I mean, unless you got a visa over there or something, I think. Don't quote me on this. I'm not a legal guy or nothing. I'm just going by my experiences. And like I said, I'm not an entertaining guy. I'm just trying to inform. And I know I'm boring. I know I'm covering this over and over again. My daughter's going to look at this video. I'm saying it right now. She's going to say, Dad, you sound like a bumbling idiot. She might not use those words, but that's what I'm going to get out of it. But I'm just trying to be helpful for somebody that's as nervous as I was the first time I went. So yeah, do all that stuff. It'll prepare you. Like I said, the snack, it will help you for the airport. Airport prices are really expensive. Do not worry about the airports when you go to other countries. Very clean, very friendly. Actually, hate to say this, but the airports are cleaner and more friendlier in those airports, except for Manila. Manila sucks. Manila and LA airport, they might as well be one and the same, because going through them are the worst 2 airports I've been through in my life. So going through them, a lot difficult. But the other airports in Taiwan, Cebu, and all those other airports, very friendly, very, very clean. Speak English, do not have to worry about that at all. Okay, well, that's it for now. I said that I'd be back a couple days last time, but I worked during the week, and I worked a lot last week, so I'll try to be back sometime this week at the latest. I'll do a video again next week. This one will be about what you need when you arrive in the Philippines and how to handle first getting there in the Philippines when you first land. Like I said, nothing's rocket science here. It's mostly common sense, but it's good to know before you go what to expect. Thanks, anybody that's tuned in and listened to me babble on this long. I hope you got something out of it. Have a good night.